like it would be actually a good time to try something new. Um, so what is going to happen here is I'm using this deck here, the Tarot Illuminati, and it's going to be a different format, different spread, and just to channel your overall energy. And then I'm using a different deck. This is the Tarot Musha, and this is going to be used for the love reading, and that's the second part of this reading, okay? Um, in the past, I've been doing the 10 card spread, and that was really energetically draining. So I feel like this is it's more concise. It's a little bit shorter, but it gives me a little bit of a better focus. So what I'm getting for you guys is I feel like this is a really good month for you to take, as well as whatever, if there has been health issues and things like that coming through from the past from family members, even health concerns, diagnoses, and things like that. I feel like you're leaving all of those things behind and you're starting on a path, and I feel it's kind of like screaming out freedom from worries and anxieties and things that have weighed you down in the past, mainly freedom from worries, okay? I don't feel like it's so much finance related. I feel it's more having more of a solid game plan and knowing what your life is going to look like for the next few years. And as an earth factory, at least is going to look like, I feel, for the next 4 years or so, okay? So it's looking very positive, it's looking really good, and I feel offers coming through in love as well. So I feel like you are going to have some connections this month, either in friendships or love relationships, where the relationship partner potentially can be a very good emotional match for you, all right? And because of that, I do sense you're going to be walking on cloud nine essentially, but I also feel like not only is it a good emotional match, it's something that is it restores your faith in people, and it lets you move on in a more positive light, okay? So, ooh, okay, we've got the lovers. So with this deck, it's a non-traditional deck, and I'm not going to read reversals, okay? And what I normally do here is I'm going to pull out 8 cards and then do possibly 3 more for advice. So this is different aspects of your life, and whatever the cards show up as, it is going to give me more of a direction overall as to what we're dealing with. So it's not specific. It can be, love, family, work, finance, or whatever the cards choose to reveal themselves. So let's look at the first cluster here. We do have the Emperor in the Chariot. So first of all, I do feel there is very, very strong protection from the other side, okay? And if you can look at the Emperor, I hope the high definition is helping you make out the images. So this is basically the universe conspiring, or shuffling some things around in order to clear up massive major blockages for yourself, okay? This is basically a gift that is rained down from the universe, and I do feel that it's in the form, it's like something a little bit more intangible, and it's a situation that has been kind of like, it's like the parting of the ways in order for you to see a clear path to get to your goal. I feel for a lot of you, I feel that for the next 4 years, something is going to happen this month where you feel very certain what your life is going to look like, at least for the next 4 years, so that you can feel comfortable and that you don't have to plan for the next step, okay? And I feel like it is coming through from your external surrounding, from your environment. And I do feel for a lot of you, it is finance related due to the other cards. There is some massive transformation coming through. And I do sense as well that it is a victory that is being achieved for you guys with the Chariot card. And the Chariot card indicates a major, major victory. It indicates sometimes, an inner conflict where we have to balance out our needs, our wants, and all of those things. But I feel like as a practical earth sign, you are able to do this in a very harmonious way, and you're forging ahead, okay? Somebody around you, and this is could potentially be an authority figure, but I feel like it's playing out more in a cosmic way, where the universe is rewarding you for all the hard work that you've put in the past to get to your goals, and not being discouraged, or you, I feel like you're pushing yourself constantly. So you never gave up, you never lost faith, you never lost hopes despite all the obstacles that were placed in your path. And because of it, the universe is rewarding you by bringing a lot of clearing of blockages, clearing of, dead weight in your life so that you can move on ahead, okay? So both very, very positive cards. The next cluster, we do have the Prince of Pentacles. So this is going to be your energy, okay? And this is an earth sign, and it's showing up. The Prince of Pentacles is actually like the Knight of Pentacles. And for all purposes, just for brevity's sake, I'm just going to read it as like the traditional tarot rather than doing the prince. I'm just going to say this is like the Knight of Pentacles. And this is you with a new offer in your hand. There is something that is of material importance that is placed upon you. And I feel like for a lot of you, I felt like last month you were waiting on some type of news regarding school, regarding work, regarding relocation and things like that. And I feel like it was massively important news where you feel that the next few years of your life is going to be dependent pretty much on that news. Well, you're getting something concrete. And I feel like with the Tower card, even though the Tower is usually, it has a negative connotation, what I do feel is that there is a solid offer on the table for you. And you notice that this isn't a light decision, because whatever you decide to do, should you go forward with it, should you reject it, it is going to drastically change the trajectory of your life, okay? So we have a lot of, this is a major arcana card, which indicates to me that if you choose to go ahead with it, you can't really backtrack. And if you are scared and you don't want to take up on this offer, it is not going to come around again. So something to think about. I feel very strongly a lot of it is playing out in a material way though. So this can be new job offers that might require that you relocate overseas, okay? And what I'm also sensing here is that there's a lot of uncertainty, both with these cards, even though you know this is what you want. But sometimes, we are so emotionally invested in something and we're just like, I'm just going to do that. And then if it works out, that would be great. If not, then, I have other options. And I feel like it's one of those things where it was too good to be true. And now that it actually manifested itself and it appeared in a physical way in your life, you feel as if, wow, I'm not really sure if I can do it, because it's a massive choice that you have to make for this month, okay? This is going to be a very important month for you, Capricorns. Take all the time that you need, but I feel like don't drag your feet as well, okay? Figure out what you want to do. So the next cluster we're dealing with here is the Five of Cups and the Seven of Cups. So this card came out first, which this is an opportunity cost type of card where going with these two options means you have to forego something else. So you're at a major crossroads, I feel, and an end to something has to happen in order for a new thing to begin. And I feel a lot of uncertainty in this spread coming from you, whether or not you are equipped to make this decision. And I feel it is a very important decision for you. And it's usually finance related, I'm sensing. With all these pentacles energy showing up and all these cups, the cups usually indicate to me, especially with this one, it's the end to an old way of life and a start of something new. But you are emotionally invested in the old way of doing. So you might not be able yet to extricate yourself. Some type of mourning process is going to be in the works for you, as well as that time, that brief moment of intermission before you feel that you can begin something new. And I'm going to say this with the Tower and the Five of Cups coming out so strongly in the spread. I feel like a lot of you have had to deal with some calamity within the household, possibly like some type of people passing away, separation, some major structural changes within your household. And I also feel as if it's a situation where something was taken for granted, now it's being taken out of the picture completely, okay? So I feel some very major important changes happening for you, and it can be people leaving your life as well, okay? So going back to this card with the Five of Cups, I do feel a very strong sense of sorrow associated with it. And I am almost getting the image of, resting in peace almost. It's like attending a funeral, attending a wake. Some family member might have been ill for quite some time, and this is the month in which they transition over or pass over to the other side. And I do feel that you are strongly linked with them psychically, energetically, emotionally. So it is going to be very difficult to overcome this. Okay, there's sadness and grief regarding some type of irreversible changes in your life, and that I feel very strongly people passing away, and you're in an emotional state where you feel like I have to make a choice regarding, my career, my life, but I'm going through some emotional ups and downs right now, and I'm not in the right frame of mind to make a decision. So I feel like that is why you might be exhibiting the qualities of this Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles, they don't really move very much. So you're dragging your feet a little bit because you're still dealing with some emotional issues. And it's not allowing you to, I guess, to be clear-headed enough to make the important financial issues, okay? Um, what's coming through as well is the Seven of Cups, which is a card about scattered energies, and it's also having many choices. And with choices comes a lot of possibilities, but I feel like in this situation you might be, when it's paired up with the Five of Cups, you might be in a position where you are inundated with fear and you're afraid that you will make the wrong choice, and as a result you're kind of like paralyzed, and you're paralyzed from making some course of action, your month of the eclipses. So I feel this energy is going to lift itself by the end of the month. And I do sense as well that the decision, if you're feeling like this, where you're not in the right frame of mind to make these important decisions, wait on it and wait until, the second half of the month after the 15th. The energy should clear up, because what's ahead of you is really those 3 days. I feel like it would be much better for you, because that's the it's the equinox. So it would be not only be making the right one, but I feel like you, by that time, your emotional state will clear up, and you can be a little bit more level-headed when it comes to going after what you want and forging ahead, okay? So last cluster here, we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Lovers. These are very great cards. Now the Lovers, of course, is indicative of, major love decisions, but it is also linked up with the Pentacles card. So I feel like for a lot of you who are going through situations where you have two options to choose from, especially concerning finances, okay? Because I'm going to do the love reading next, so I'm going to make this a little bit more general. So first of all, the Ace of Pentacles indicates a new financial stream. It's a new way of making money. It's a new job. It's something that is of physical value, okay? Um, but at the same time, this is such a major, like you're feeling the weight of this opportunity. So not only is it a financial opportunity, it is going to drastically change your lifestyle. It is going to forge a new path for yourself. So it's kind of like the means for you to bridge the old self and to take that step and move forward into your future. So not only is it of, financial importance, it is also going to be that bridge that helps you get to the other side of where you're going, to jump ahead or to bridge, point A to B, to get you to the end destination of where you want to go. And I feel like this is something that you've been waiting for quite some time, and it's finally culminating, coming into fruition. And I feel like for a lot of you, this decision might come in by that equinox time frame, so the 21st traditionally, okay? I do sense as well that with the Lovers, these are very heavy decisions that you are going to have to make. For a lot of you, you might have to relocate for a new job, and you might have to, leave a significant other behind. For a lot of you, this new job means that you have to somehow rearrange or rework the relationship in a way that is going to allow you both to either separate or to stay together. So I feel that for especially you coupled people, this is a major life choice, and I feel that there might be separation. If there is some separation, I feel like it is going to be because of work. Okay, so that's the energy I'm picking up for this month in terms of love relationship specifically. I feel something very solid is coming in for you, and it has potential for growth and potential for expansion, because the aces are always seeds, and if you nurture it, it can come to fruition. Whatever you put in, whatever you start to, um, I guess, project into this seed, it is going to be exactly what you want it to be. So with the Lovers card here, it indicates something very dynamic, something very, very on a soul level, is a very complementary, good fit for you. So I feel that if you nurture it right, if you treat it right, it will grow and it will be very, very beautiful. Okay, so it is going to be whatever you put in, that's what you're going to get out. All right. So the three bottom cards here are going to be the advice for this month. All right. So these are the energies that we're dealing with, and these are going to be the advice. So first of all, we have the King of Swords here. And the King of Swords usually indicates an air sign. So this is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. This is somebody that is very, very intelligent, okay? And they might be a little bit cocky. They might be a little bit arrogant with how smart they are. And I feel like if this is somebody around you, around your environment, who is trying to court you, who's trying to woo you, and who is trying to insert themselves in your life, they like to make you laugh. I feel that they like to impress you by how intelligent they are. So they have the technical skills in terms of executing things, and they're like an ideas person. So this can be male or female, but they're more of an ideas person. So they might be the ones that bring in the seed, and they might want you to grow the seed because, you're the earth sign. You're the one that does the work. So I feel like somebody's bringing in a lot of ideas, and these ideas are very, very good. Okay, so there is somebody here who's very sharp, very intelligent, and also at the same time, it is a very good match for you. And I feel like as an advisor, as a counselor, as somebody like that with that type of energy, I feel that they are very suitable for you. It's a good compliment, I feel. The other energy that I'm getting here is the Prince of Wands. And the Prince of Wands is indicative of a fire sign. And fire signs are Aries, Sagittarius, Leos. And both of these people showing up, this is a very brave soul. And this is somebody that they don't really think first, they kind of dive in first. So you're dealing with some very opposing energies here with both of these people that are in your life. Somebody might be giving you counsel, like, think on it first, or here's an idea, why don't you, make something of it. Whereas another person is sort of like, well, you have the idea, I'll help you with it. So I feel like both of them are very good people coming into your life. One of them is giving you advice, counsel, structure. The other one is giving you the drive, the ambition to go for it, okay? And both of these energies indicate to me that something is going to start for you. You could potentially have choices, love options between air sign and a fire sign. Or it seems to me as if you are very physically attracted to somebody. I feel that because of this really in profound energy with the Lovers. You might be very attracted to somebody, but you don't really trust them just yet. You don't really know them, and you're being cautious. So your body is telling you, oh, I'm just really mesmerized by this person and I really want to be with them. But I feel like your mind is taking over, and your mind is telling you, no, give it some time, drag your feet a little bit, and just see what they have to offer first before you jump the gun. So I feel like some stop go, and this whole conflict between the mind and the heart. So that's That's what I feel is coming through. And also the lovers too. It's also about the heart and head choices as well. Okay. So Capricorns, these are really, really good cards actually. And I don't feel there's anything that you're doing wrong. And I feel like, you know, out of all the signs, I feel Capricorns are very methodical. And you make very careful, well-considered decisions. Which brings me to the last card, which is the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups here indicates a very joyful experience, okay? A very, very emotional. And if you're confused, if you're conflicted, wait until the 21st. I feel some major things will calm down and start to stabilize. And that's when you can see the picture clearly. Okay, the fog will lift, you will see the whole picture, and I feel that you can move forward in a more empowering light, in a more confident manner. So by that time you will know intuitively on an emotional level which decisions you want to go ahead with. Okay, so I do feel if you are feeling uncertain right now, the energy is going to lift, but there has been some massive major uplifting of blockages coming through for you. You are divinely protected from the other side, okay? If you have like a very strong paternal figure who has, I feel like they were ailing for quite some time and they might have passed away within, you know, the past year. I feel like you're being protected. You're getting guidance from them and you're getting inspiration, and you're also, they're clearing up a lot of blockages for you because they know how hard you have worked to get you where you are right now. So I feel like they're clearing up blockages so that you can continue on that last leg of the journey so that you don't feel discouraged, okay? So you have some very strong divine guidance. They're coming in to clear the blockages. The hard work still needs to be laid by you, but I feel that you are going to get a lot of rewards this month. Capricorn, it is going to be a very, very, very good month, okay? So let's move on to the next section, which is going to deal specifically with love relationships, okay? So this is, usually love relationship is more like in a romantic way. So let's just look at this. And once again, this is a non-traditional deck, so I am going to not read reversals, and let's just see what's coming in for you. So I'm going to pull out 4 cards. Okay, well, they want to give you 5. Okay, so once again, the Emperor is showing up as well as the Queen of Wands, like a fire energy. Okay, so first of all, soulmate connection. Very strong soul connection here in the center of this spread. I do feel for a lot of you, it is linked up here with a fire sign, okay? And fire signs, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. So first of all, we have the Six of Cups, and this is a card about flirtation. And I'm not going to read the traditional meaning, but I do feel that overall, the cards are signifying like the same types of energy, where this is indicative of some type of soul connection, a very strong soul connection that you have with somebody. And it's sort of like, it feels very synchronistic in that you might encounter people at the same place at the same time. You might run into each other perpetually. After, you know, the 3rd, 4th, 5th time, you should try to approach the other person and, you know, make light of that situation, because if it gets dragged on further, it might get a little bit awkward. So don't drag your feet in this regard, okay? You know how it is when you meet somebody and you keep seeing them over and over again, and then after a while, if no one like breaks the ice, it gets awkward. So try to break the ice early on. I would say like by the 2nd, 3rd time, really try to break the ice, because it's meant to be, okay? Is what I'm feeling here. And we have very strong fire energy here. So I feel like for a lot of you, you might be dealing with a fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. What is coming through here is I feel like for a lot of you, there might be some type of family gatherings where you meet this person, some type of, like if you have a sister, for example, you might be introduced through family members, siblings. And with the Queen of Wands, she's also like a mother figure. So I feel like, for you singles out there, I do feel that it is coming through from family, from people that you consider to be your family, and they might have somebody who's single, available, looking, and you meet them at a family function or at some type of a celebratory function. And you come across this person. I also feel that for a lot of you, there might be some weddings, engagements, weddings, or something that you're attending. And this is where you're going to have reunion with people from your past. And there's going to be, a lot of attraction and love connections that can be made. What's crowning you here is the Star card. And the Star card, I feel like planetarily speaking, in a cosmic way, the universe once again is shuffling something for things to come together. So something is being like conjured up for you because you've been working hard. I feel like that's what's happening here. We have the Emperor, divine protection. We have the Star crowning this reading, which basically means somebody up there, the higher beings are making this situation culminate and come together in a really beautiful synchronistic type of way. All right. So don't make light of this opportunity. If you encounter that person and you already, I feel like for a lot of you, it is coming through second half of the month. I'm feeling here that it is meant to be, and it is something that kind of like it is within your reach, and you have to, the universe will um, allow it, will make it land on your path, but it is still up to human free will to decide whether or not we want to go with it. I actually also feel a lot of electronic communication. A lot of you might be dating online. A lot of you might be also talking to a lot of people, meeting a lot of people, planning. I feel like planning events. Um, I feel electronic communication. I feel electronic communication, okay? And it's coming through from this card here. It's the card of Aquarius, and Aquarius is that very heavy Uranus energy, which deals with electricity. I feel like something is just like electrifying, and there's a lot of communication. We've got a little bird here as well, and the birds in the traditional sense as well deals with communication. It deals with like messages, it deals with messengers, and it deals with news coming through very swiftly, very unexpectedly as well. So keep yourself available and ready, okay? And take down numbers. I also feel for those of you who are coupled up, there might be a little bit of a battle of wills between you and a significant other, okay? But I'm also feeling that it's like competition between you and a significant partner. So that's what I'm sensing, because these two cards speak out to me for those of you who are coupled. And this is the Queen of Wands is somebody who is very, very fearless. The Emperor is someone who is very much in control. So I feel like there is some type of a stalemate between you and a significant other. And I feel like it might be related to children, because the Six of Cups traditionally deals with children. It might be educating children, disciplining children. You're at an impasse with a relationship partner about child rearing. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's all about freedom and control. So one parent might be a little bit too strict, too rigid with the structure of the household. The other parent wants the children to they want like to foster the creativity within the children. However, both of these cards both indicate, two relationship partners whose egos are working at cross purposes with one another. So it might play out in the children's lives, and the children, so that might be the stage in which this massive ego battle plays out. So if you are dealing with this, take a step back and truly ask yourself or ask your partner, where are we going with this? What's the end point of this? You know, is it just, are we fighting just to be right, or are we really doing this for the betterment of the kids, okay? And if it's for the betterment of the kids, why are we fighting? I feel like this is, when individual egos get in the way. And I also feel this, the emperor, and depending on, you know, who you are here, and it doesn't have to be gender specific, but I feel like the emperor sometimes has to make the more difficult decision. So he has already weighed the pros and cons, and I feel like this person does know what is best because he or she has already weighed out the pros and cons. So I feel that, you know, have a talk, and just if it's over some kind of major battle between, you know, egos and willpower and control, figure out where it's coming from and figure out if it's even worth the fight. I feel there's a lot of passion between the married couples. I do sense that, okay? I feel that very strongly because both of these cards embody, you know, a lot of fire, a lot of red energy. And I also feel as well that there is control issues. There is like fear of losing your own identity, merging together in a partnership, compromising, and things like that. And you know, these are normal things that couples go through. So I would say like it is going to pass because I feel like a lot of passion within the relationship. So just make sure you tame the passion and not let it get too out of control, because you don't want it to diminish the quality of the interactions that you have with one another, okay? What I'm also sensing as well is, especially, I feel like for those of you who are coupled, I feel like an ex is potentially coming in from the past and is testing the strength of your relationship. And I feel like there might be some internet, social media, some type of swift communication coming through, potentially from somebody from the past, that you have a very, you know, like it could be an ex-wife, a really old friend that is very platonic, but I feel like some jealousies coming through. So you want to be careful about that, okay? So if for example, you have a very good friend, you or your partner, married or single, if you have a very good friend and you're like a female and you're dating men and you have a very good male friend who's coming through and they ask you, oh, let's meet up for lunch, and you want to ask your partner, is it okay if I meet this person of the opposite sex for lunch? And if they seem like they're sulking, if they seem like, you know, they're a little bit upset, you might want to forgo meeting up that person for lunch because it doesn't seem like your partner is happy. And you can talk about it, yes, but I feel like you want to protect your partner because your partner is now your priority, right? And if you feel like the jealousy is unfounded, then you really need to hash it out. You really need to talk it through. But either way, decline the invitation first until you get a sincere green light that it's okay. So be careful about that. I feel like some third party, and I feel like it's unintentional. I feel like it's very platonic communication coming through. It's harmless, but the other person might be jealous. So I feel a lot of passion, and you know, a lot of it comes from because they really like you and they care about you and they don't want to lose you. That's what it is. But they might not be able to express those things or express the way they feel. And as a result, it comes out in jealousy, it comes out in anger and insecurity. So you want to just, you know, try to mitigate the situation. And once again, the energy can flow both ways. So be careful about this, all right? So Capricorns, very, very good month for all of you, and I do wish you the best, okay? For those of you who are waiting on, who were waiting on last month, excuse me, for some type of communication, I do hope that you've found some fruitful revelations, or you found, you know, some sense of stability, knowing what choices you need to make to move forward, okay? I wish you the best, and I'll be back for the mid-month. Bye-bye.